various duties, formulate policies, and implement them. Who is government? The elected leaders, MPs, MLAs, Prime Minister. They are the government. A government has to perform various duties, formulate policies, and implement them. Some have to formulate schemes, some have to take decision, some have to implement the decision. Some have to formulate the scheme and have to take the decision. Means I am talking about the legislatures. Some have to formulate the schemes and some have to take these decisions and some have to implement the decisions. Now, who is implementing the decision? The executives. We read about the legislative, executive, and judiciary. The work of the legislative is to formulate the scheme and is to take decision. And the work of the executive is to implement those decisions that are taken by the legislatures. Hence, the need for institution to do all the above means the constitution. The constitution of a country lays down basic rules on powers and functions of each institution. Constitution is there that control and limits the power of every institution. Constitution is there that control and limits the power of each institution. How many institutions are there? Three: legislative, executive, and judiciary. The prime minister, that is the head of the government. The prime minister and the cabinet take all policy decisions. The prime minister and the cabinet take all policy decisions. The civil servants take steps to implement minister's decision. Means whatever the decisions are taken by the minister, it is the duty of the civil servant to implement those decisions. And Supreme Court solve disputes between citizens and the government. Supreme Court solve disputes between the citizens and the government. The institutions are legislative, executive, and judiciary. Legislative means parliament, MPs, MLAs. Executive means the government officials. And judiciary means the judges. And now next is their parliament. In all democracies, an assembly of elected representatives. In all democracies, an assembly of elected representatives exercises supreme political authority on the behalf of the people. What is there? In every democracy, an assembly of elected representatives means every elected representative is exercising their power on the behalf of the people because we are there, those who are electing the representative. At national level, it is parliament, and at state level, it is legislative assembly. At national level it is parliament and at state level it is legislative assembly. It is needed. Why parliament is needed? It is needed as final authority to make laws in the country. Parliament is needed as final authority to make laws in the country. Parliament is needed to exercise control over working of the government. Parliament is needed to control over the working of the government. Parliament is needed to control the expenditure of the government and control public money. Parliament is needed to control expenditure of the government and to control public money. And at the highest form of decision and debate, it decides public issues and national policies. What? Parliament decides public issues and national policies. Two houses of parliament, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Two houses of parliament are there, that is Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. The former has elected representative is in the house of people. Means Lok Sabha is known as the house of people. Which house is the house of people? Lok Sabha. The Rajya Sabha elected by the elected members of each state. The Rajya Sabha elected by the elected members of each state. We are at parliament. Parliament is given unit 5.2. And I told you why do we need a parliament? So, two houses of parliament, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Lok Sabha is known as the House of People, and Rajya Sabha is elected by the elected members of each state assembly. Is Council of States, is known as the Council of a State. Lok Sabha is known as the House of People. Rajya Sabha is known as the Council of States. Lok Sabha is more important in money affairs. Lok Sabha is having more power than Rajya Sabha in money matters, and Lok Sabha controls over the executive and council of ministers. Lok Sabha control over the executive and council of ministers has more members because it has more members, and it is also known as the lower house of the parliament. Lok Sabha is known as House of People. Lok Sabha is known as Lok Sabha, as well as Lok Sabha is known as the lower house, and upper house Rajya Sabha. Which is the upper house? Rajya Sabha, lower house, that is Lok Sabha. L for lower, L for Lok Sabha. Rajya Sabha is more important in matters. In money matter, who is more important? Lok Sabha. Who is having more power? Lok Sabha. The Rajya Sabha is more important in the matters of the state. That's why it is known as the upper chamber, upper house. Parliament has two houses, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Lok Sabha is known as the lower house. Rajya Sabha is known as the upper house. Lok Sabha is known as the house of the people also. Lok Sabha is known as Lok Sabha. And next is there, Lok Sabha is elected for a period of 5 years. Lok Sabha is elected for a period of 5 years. The Rajya Sabha is a permanent house. On the other hand, Rajya Sabha is a permanent house. And with the one third members, what is there every year, every 2 years, one third members is retiring from the Lok Sabha. The term of each member is for 6 years. The term of each member is for 6 years. Right. Next is there the President of India is part of Parliament. Although it is or although he or she is not a member of any of the house. How many parts are there of the Parliament? Three. Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha and President. President is not the part of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Right. This is there. Next is their political executive. Next is their political executive. Political executive are there that do you know about political executive? Political executive means the president, the prime minister, and the council of ministers and the civil servants form the executive. President, prime minister, council of ministers, civil servants means legislative and executive both makes the executive. But the elected leaders, they are known as the political executive. They are known as the political executive. And Permanent executives are the members like civil servants, like IAS, IPS, government officials. They are the permanent executive. Two type of executive: political executive and permanent executive. Political executive and permanent executive. It is page number 86 in old book. Political executive and permanent executive. Political executives are the elected leaders like MPs, MLAs, Prime Minister. They are the political executive. And permanent executives are the government officials, government workers, right? Their term, political executive, they are elected only for 5 years. Political executive, they are elected only for 5 years, right? Okay. Page number 86, left side, political and permanent executive. In a democratic country, two categories make up of executive. One is that elected by the people for a specific period, right? Like we are electing our MPs and MLAs. They are known as the political executive. कौन political executive कहलाते हैं? The elected MLAs and MPs and political leaders who take the big decision fall in the category of political executive, right? In second category, people are appointed on a long term. In political, for specific term, that is 5 years. But in permanent, they are appointed for a long term. This is called executives are the person those who are executing the policies and working on them. In second category, people are appointed on a long term basis. This is called the permanent executive or the civil services. Person working in civil services are called the civil servant. The person those who are working in civil services, they are known as the civil servants, and they remain in office even by when the ruling party changes. In the present time, who is the head of the political executive? Mr. Narendra Modi. Right. What is there that permanent executives are the permanent for the long period? Six. What is there that their permanent are executives are the permanent, they will remain in office whether the ruling party change. In the present time, BJP is there, maybe next time Congress will come. Party will change, but the permanent political executive will change. But what is there that permanent executive will remain same? Political executive will change, permanent executive will be retain same till the time of their retirement. That's why we are saying they remain in office even when the ruling party changes. These officers work. Wait, I'll tell. These officers work under political executive and assist them in carrying out day-to-day work. What is the duty of the political permanent executive? They are guiding to the political executive. They are guiding to the political, like leaders, MPs and MLAs. Permanent executives are government officials. No head is there of that. So these permanent executive, they are guiding to the political executive to work properly and how to work, assist them. Can you recall the political and non-political uh, executive in the case of office memorandum? The person, those who made the laws, they were political executive, and those who passed that law, who the signatory authority, they are the permanent executive. You might ask, why does the political executive have more power? Yeah, we can say that non-political are. Political executives have more power than the permanent executive. नेताओं के पास ज्यादा पावर होती है एज कंपैरिजन टू द गवर्नमेंट ऑफिशियल्स देन द नॉन पॉलिटिकल एग्जीक्यूटिव व्हाई इज द मिनिस्टर more powerful than the civil servant because they are elected by the people. They are having more power and they are elected by the people. That's why the ministers are having more power as comparison to the government official. They may be not having knowledge. They may be not having the knowledge. Suppose we have elected a person as the finance minister. Maybe he or she is not having the knowledge of finance. So, who are there? Permanent executives are there. Those who are there to guide them. Means permanent executives are there to guide the political executive to work in a better way. Right? So, these were political and permanent executive. Next is their prime minister and the cabinet of ministers. Prime minister and the keep your mic off, everyone. Next is there the prime minister and the cabinet council of ministers. Prime minister is the most important institution in the country because he is the head of the government. Who is the head of the government? Prime minister. And he is the main organ of the Lok Sabha. He is the main organ of the Lok Sabha. The prime minister appoints, sorry, the president appoints the prime minister. But the president cannot appoint anyone she likes. What is there? Who appoints the prime minister? President. But it is not there that president can appoint anyone at his own wish. President is appointing the prime minister from the party, those who secure the majority of votes. Who secure the majority of votes, that person is elected by the president or appoints by the president as the leader of the government. Who is the head of the government? Prime Minister. And who is the present Prime Minister of India? Mr. Narendra Modi. So, if it is there in the case of majority, that is a party got the majority and a president appoints the minister, oh, sorry, prime minister from that. President is more powerful as comparison to the prime minister. Reason is there behind that. Who is the executive head? Executive head is prime minister. Formal head is the president. What is their difference between formal? सारी powers चलाता कौन है? Prime minister. But prime minister will work according to the president. Right? Means in a chess, king is there and minister is there. Minister can move anywhere. But finally, if the minister dies, no problem. If king died, then game over. So he is more powerful. King means president. So what is there? Council of Ministers is the official name for the body that includes all the ministers. Why we are saying Council of Ministers or Cabinet Ministers? Cabinet Minister. Council of Minister is the official name for the body that includes all the ministers. It usually has 60 to 80 ministers of different ranks. They are deciding. One question is being asked that they are members of the majority party. They are deciding. They are deciding the name that this person will be our leader, our head of the government. and they recommend that name to the president. Then president appoints that person as the prime minister. Now council of minister, I gave you this homework. Who elects president? Nobody has given me the answer. Who elects president? Nobody has given me the answer. I asked in the last live session. Okay, continue. I'll tell. One question was being asked that who elects the president. I'll tell afterwards. Council of Ministers is the official name for the body that includes all ministers. It usually has 60 to 80 members. Now, cabinet minister. I gave you the homework, I think so. To learn the cabinet ministers, you have to learn the present cabinet ministers at a central level. As how many members are there, you have to learn with which ministry. Cabinet ministers are usually top level leaders of the ruling party or the parties who are in charge of the major ministries. Usually, cabinet ministers meet to take decision in the name of council of ministers. Yeah, Jaswinder, afterwards. Usually, the cabinet ministers meet to take decision in the name of a council of ministers. Cabinet is thus the inner ring of the council of ministers. मीन्स काउंसिल ऑफ मिनिस्टर्स क्या हो गया, बाहर का पार्ट. एक एग है, एग के बाहर का जो शेल है दैट इज काउंसिल ऑफ मिनिस्टर्स. वो कंप्लीट क्या कहलाता है, काउंसिल ऑफ मिनिस्टर्स. जो इनर पार्ट है वो क्या कहलाते हैं, कैबिनेट मिनिस्टर्स. ठीक है. सो इट कंप्राइजेज अबाउट 20 मिनिस्टर्स. 20 के अबाउट काउंसिल लेवल से सेंट्रल लेवल मिनिस्टर्स हैं, like defense minister, education minister, agriculture minister, petroleum minister, road transport minister, right? Like this, communication, like this, you have to learn all the ministry. Minister of state with independent charge are usually in charge of smaller ministries. Big ministries like finance, defense, petroleum, these are the big industry, big ministries. And some ministers are there, minister of state with independent charge are usually in charge of smaller ministries. They are in charge of a smaller ministry. They participate in cabinet meetings only when they are invited. Otherwise, only cabinet ministers are attending the meeting. And ministers of state, they are attached and required to assist cabinet ministers. Cabinet minister, minister of state with independent charge, and minister of states. Minister of states means they are needed the needed to assist the cabinet ministers. Right. So this was there, and next is there the powers of the prime minister. Next we will discuss the powers of the prime minister. What are the powers of the prime minister? Can anybody tell what are the powers of the prime minister? Don't speak, just give me the answer. Powers of prime minister. The prime minister controls the cabinet, right? Prime minister controls the cabinet. Number two, he presided over the meetings of council of ministers. Means council of ministers की मीटिंग को कौन लीड करता है, प्राइम मिनिस्टर. He can ask any minister to resign or advise the president to dismiss him in the case of difference of opinion. Means he can ask any minister to resign or to advise any minister to resign, and he can give ministership to someone else. He can control the activities of all ministers. He coordinates the work of different departments, right? These all are the functions of these all are the powers of the cabinet ministers. Sorry, these all are the powers of the prime minister. I think till here it is enough for today. Tomorrow there will be again live session, right? Till here you have to make the notes and you have to send to me. You can disconnect now. If any problem, you can WhatsApp me and ask.